Hello, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. I am your host, Mel Rose, and today is Wednesday, February 19, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. As you know, as above, so below. If we can get a hint, clue, or inkling from the sky, what kind of energies are impacting our lives here on Earth, then we have that much more information to navigate our lives in peace and prosperity. And that is what it is all about, my friends. So I'm happy that you're here with me on this journey. The sun is in Pisces today and the moon is in Scorpio. So remember, a couple days ago, we shifted out of those air signs into these water signs. The moon will be in water for a couple of days before it moves on, but the sun will be in Pisces for the next month. And this is a time for sort of conscious introspection. The sun is about our conscious lives. It's about sort of how we interact with the rest of the world, who we are when we show up in our work, social, and civic lives. And in Pisces, you know, it's a time for feeling our connection to the all of everything. It's our time for feeling our connection and our love, our universal love for humanity. And it is a chance to rest and digest sort of the things that we have been through over the past year, how the past year or so have gone for us. The sun in Pisces is the last it's the last sign of the zodiac. So this is sort of the end of the last month of the year in terms of seasonal flow. When we move on into Aries in a month, we'll be in the springtime, and that's the beginning of the seasons, right? So Sun in Pisces, it's a time to kick back and relax. I often think of sort of floating on the surface of a lake under the sun and just feeling my connection to the earth and the natural world around me when I think of the sun in Pisces. And, you know, it's a good time to take a rest, because when the sun moves on into Aries, it's going to be full speed ahead, okay? The moon is in Scorpio right now. And, you know, when the moon is in Scorpio, we do get a little, you know, we're doing some inner work. We're doing a little navel gazing. We're showing interest in ourselves and how we're showing up in our personal lives and in our personal relationships. And that can make us a little moody. It can make us feel a little prickly, right? A little extra emotional or a little more deeply emotional than usual. So if you feel like you need to be left alone, if you need some privacy, if you need some quiet time, just ask for it. Say, look, I'm not trying to be rude. You know, I do love spending time with you, but I don't want to spend any time with anybody right now, right? I need some downtime, or I need my privacy. While the moon is in Scorpio, it's really appropriate to ask for that so that you can do that internal reckoning that this time calls for. And that moon is waning gibbous. It is going to be it's going to be a half moon tomorrow, not tomorrow, tomorrow on Thursday. So that is a time when we are shifting from sort of reflecting on how things went for us in the past month to getting rid of the stuff and things, thoughts, attitudes, dispositions, emotional crutches, whatever it is that we have no longer any use for in our personal lives or in our creative cycle. It's the time when we start pushing things out over the next week. So that's where we are with the moon. The aspect that is happening tomorrow is Jupiter and Mercury square to Jupiter. So Mercury square to Jupiter, squares with Jupiter indicate an overdoing of something, and Mercury is about the words we use, our thoughts, plans, and communications, the way we collaborate. So, you know, I would say don't brag about yourself too much, and try not to overstate what's already being amplified. Like there's a lot of news about what's in the news right now. So, you know, we don't have to sort of repeat other people's talking points, and we don't have to repeat them as though, you know, as though this is the biggest thing, as though this is the biggest thing could possibly happen, because lots of big things are happening right now, and it does feel a little bit like chaos. There is some overdoing it in terms of messaging and in terms of of planning, and there's some sort of overturn happening with that. So just let's not fall in, okay? Let's not struggle in the waters, okay, of the emotions that we have about the current news, the emotions that we have about the current information that is being released. It makes me think again of floating on the water when the sun is in Pisces. When you struggle in the water, you're more likely to sink. And if you can just relax and let that information sort of wash over you, then you're more likely to have a peaceful state of mind. Okay, so try to maintain that calm and peaceful state of mind at this time. Try to take care of yourself. Try to think about how you are showing up in your outer life and in your inner life, and not worry too much about how other people are showing up right now. We have a Grand Trine on the page in water signs right now. Okay, that's Mars retrograde, which is going to go direct at the end of the week, and it's Saturn, Mars and Saturn trying to one another. Such a good vibe for getting stuff done. Okay, it's such a good vibe, even when Mars is retrograde, and we might find ourselves, sort of like having to take 10 steps. When it should only take 5, right? So even when Mars is retrograde, being trine to Saturn it's a good signature for work. It's a good signature for taking action, making effort, and having those efforts pan out as a plus to your sense of security and stability in the world. Okay, and Saturn and Mars are both trining the moon, and that is really positive as well because it's temporary. It's temporary. It's just a few hours out of the day, really. It's just part of the day, but it's just a moment where we have this grace and protection, and it's really like focus on how things feel to you. Focus on how something somebody said hit you, how it felt to your heart, or focus on what you can sense about the vibe around you. Okay, and that's not just like psychic awareness. That's also situational awareness, right? Like, what do you get? How does it feel here? And by noticing your feelings and acting on them to maintain your own stability and security, you will have a positive outcome. Okay, you might like dodge a bullet, literally or figuratively, or you might also get a little bit of a come up. So go with your feelings, go with how things feel to you at this time, emotionally, intuitively, and even physically, and yeah, you'll have a good outcome. Okay, so that's what I have to say about today. Thank you so much for joining me. The next time I will be here is Friday morning at 9 o'clock to talk to you about the coming weekend. And then Mrs. Rose and I will be here on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to talk live about the coming week and also do a live free tarot reading. So please join us for that. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you all in the next video.